Hello, 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 hello. Welcome back to Little More Travels. My name is Monique, and if you haven't seen any of my videos, please go watch some. Please. I want to share my experience, and not that it hurts my feelings that my views are low, but I wouldn't mind. Go ahead and watch some. They're all very interesting. Anyway, this video that I'm going to talk about is about bringing back souvenirs. I am a big proponent of souvenirs. I love them for myself and for others. But this video is the opposite of that. Don't buy all those souvenirs. Please don't. Please don't. Because my refrigerator, every refrigerator that I have in every apartment that I move into, all of them are covered in magnets that I have purchased in different places that I've visited and been to. And I just keep lugging them around to every apartment that I go to. And they're heavy. There's a lot of them. Cheap keychains. Wherever I would go, I would buy a keychain. And now I have a large amount of keychains that are just there. They're just sitting there. And everywhere I go, I never throw them out. They're just there. I could start giving them away as gifts. I feel like that's a nice idea. I might jump into that. But this is the thought process that usually happens with souvenirs. I'm going to want this item because it will remind me of this trip. It'll be nice to have this because every time I see this item, it'll remind me that I went to Bali. It'll remind me that I went to Bora Bora. It'll remind me of that Canada trip I took when I was 16. But the thing is, there's so many other things that you could use or do or remember or experience that will remind you of that. And those magnets and those keychains and those postcards are not one of them. They're not. Now I have some souvenirs that were gifts, and I appreciate those gifts. I appreciate those people who thought of me and brought those things back to me. But yeah, just don't. Especially if you are studying abroad. You're studying abroad, you're probably in college, and you probably don't have the money to buy all these people, all these things that you're thinking of. And you might appreciate them and you want them to have something to remember you by because you went to Mexico to study abroad and you brought back something cool and you want them to have it. They're not going to treat that souvenir like you would want them to. They might lose it. They might throw it away. They might forget who gave it to them. Like I said, I have souvenirs out the hoo-ha. I always buy a souvenir. This is a souvenir that I brought when I went to go see The Lion King. But trust me, if you're going to buy a souvenir, don't overdo it. Don't buy 15 of them. Stick to one or two, maybe three if you're feeling real positive about your experience. They're just going to sit there. This is Monique, 6 years after studying abroad. And yes, I love looking at my magnets. And sometimes I do just go stand in front of the refrigerator and think about all the times that I've had. But a lot of the time, I just have stuff that I just hold on to. And from apartment to apartment, I'm just lugging the stuff back and forth. So, from somebody who has an experience of this, please don't buy all those souvenirs. I mentioned in the last video I recorded today that my family souvenirs were all from Morocco. So, I knew that I was going to go to Morocco and then I was going to get all of my souvenirs from Morocco. I got one family a keychain holder, I think, or a key ring holder. So, when you come in the door, you put your keys there. Every other household got like a tapestry. And when I tell you every household that I've been that received that tapestry, the tapestry is all thrown all over the place, or it just hasn't been taken care of, not washed or anything like that. And I'm just thinking, the tapestry, I lugged that all the way back here from Morocco for you. But you don't know that. You just know that I came back from studying abroad and had all this experience and a gift to share. Now I'm not mad about it. I'm not hating that was years ago, whatever. But the point is, if you're gonna get yourself some souvenirs, cool. Don't do too much. Don't do too little, but don't do too much. And if you're gonna get your family some souvenirs, stick to the small ones, the little ones, the magnets, the postcards. Send them a postcard while you're over there. That's a souvenir because they have a postage from the country that you're in. Cute little message that you wrote while you were over there. When you come home, you get to say, "Oh, I wrote that while I was in Italy." Stick to that. Don't buy them souvenirs, man. And even for yourself. I remember on my study abroad program, there was one girl and she was a big shopper. Now she came for money, so she was able to send some of this stuff home and ship it home, but that's not everybody's story. That wasn't my story, which is why when I got to Madrid on my way home, I had to throw some stuff away because I didn't have it like that. I had to throw some of that stuff away so that I could get my ass on this plane. But anyway, all that to say, please don't just stick to the little stuff. If you're gonna get your family something, and you don't need to get everybody something, stick to the basics. Stick to the people that you talk to on a regular basis. Stick to the friends, the family that are your closest to. Your friend that you had in that one business class at one time that y'all kind of check in with each other every once in a while. They don't need that souvenir, girl. They don't. They don't. Just go ahead and get your mom, your dad, your grandma, your grandpa, your sister, your brother, your cousin, maybe. But we don't need to start getting into all the other people outside of your nuclear family. So stick to that and then stick to small stuff. Magnets, postcards, keychains are cute. I know I just dragged keychains, but you can still get them that, and that's cool to have on your keys or whatever. Hopefully, this has been helpful. Hopefully, you learned a little bit about my experience bringing back souvenirs, things like that, and how I'm a proponent of it for like personal use, but for family, I say get them the little stuff. This has been Little Mo Travels. Please check out some of my other videos. I have a bunch of them on there. My study abroad experience. I have study abroad stories, the short like anecdotes of what happened to me while I was abroad, and then videos like this where I just talk about an experience that I've had with something. Hopefully, you all are enjoying. If you want me to talk about something that I haven't talked about in a while, or I haven't mentioned it, or you want to learn more about it, just drop a comment and I can get into that. Thank you so much.